going on, everybody? The hair here, also with your favorite MMA guest, your favorite MMA professional, MMA investing himself, Mr. Joe. How you doing, my friend? Woo!
To be back, dude. Another winning week, to say the least. For
Hell
sure.
yeah, dude.
I don't know. I've been on a tear these last.
You've been on a fucking. I've been seeing that. Fucking
dude,
killing
like
it. This UFC Vegas 38. This is a fun card. Can't say the same about the next cards coming up, but this is a fun card, right? So looking forward to
enjoy
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta wait to get another decent main event. So
Yeah, no, for sure, man. But this is a fun card, and it should, ESPN Plus. Don't have to pirate it, just ESPN Plus. Watch it, you bastards. First card, yeah. First fight we want to review is Alex Oliveira, who's been a staple in that division for years, it seems like. Against Nico Price, Devil Shoulders himself, coming with a vengeance. I think that's going to be a fun fight. How do you see this one going?
dude, yeah, this card's honestly pretty sick. Like, the name value is not like super high, but there's definitely some good dudes on here, and the stylistic matchups of the fights, like when I've glanced over it, are it's gonna create chaos, to say the least. So I'm pretty stoked for this one. For this fight in particular, this is the epitome of like a chaos fight. I feel like Oliveira, nuts, dude. Like, you never know what you're gonna get from the guy. Like, I feel like there's two versions of Oliveira. The one where he comes out like he did against Peter Sabata and just dominates, or you got the version like last time against Randy Brown where he gets clipped and there's nothing there. He just kind of gives up in there. Nico Price, the dog, I don't think he's capable of having a boring fight, dude. He's like the 170 Justin Gaethje. I think it's like the best comparison, even though Gaethje I would hold in higher regard in terms of like the technical skill. But yeah, man, this fight's going to be probably nuts from beginning to end. Picking a side here, though, man, I think it's a pretty tough fight to predict, honestly, because Nico Price is just one of those guys. He's just tough to bet on, and he's tough to pick because I just feel like he fights close regardless. If he's fighting a really good guy, he's going to fight close. If he's fighting like a, low tier kind of guy, he's probably end up fighting close somehow. But I'm do lean Nico Price here because Oliveira's kind of looked pretty bad. He's getting towards the end of his career, I think. He can be hurt to the body pretty easily. I've noticed he can be hurt on the chin for sure. He's pretty durable, I would say, but he can be hurt now, man. And Nico's going to come out. He's going to get in his face. He's going to apply pressure. He's probably going to put him down. That's what I see. I see Nico Price putting him down at some point, dude. I'm thinking in the second, third round. After that kind of beating kind of wears on him.
So yes, no, totally great interpretation of what you think is going to happen. Now, I do have a question for you because me and one of my buddies were talking about Oliveira not that long ago, and I was telling him, hey, bro, if he loses again, do you think he gets cut? And he was like, oh, I don't know, man. He kind of has some face value still a little bit. I don't think so too much. And the way they've been cutting motherfuckers left and right, you got the Contender Series, you have all this shit coming up and just fighters coming out of nowhere. Real quick before we move on, do you think if Oliveira gets stopped, as you say, do you think he possibly gets cut?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what his contract looks like unless he has like a super big contract, which I doubt. I doubt it because A, he always puts on entertaining fights. B, he just looked good, 2 fights ago against Sabah, really good. And C, dude, he's like a good gatekeeper, man, because he's a good gatekeeper that's going to have an entertaining fight with somebody. He's a good litmus test for a new fighter. So I don't think so, and especially because he's fighting Nico Price. Now, if he loses to Nico, he gets dominated, and then we have another fight, and he gets dominated again by like a lower tier guy, probably. I could see the argument, but nah, short answer, man, I don't think so.
Okay, now next question. If, let's say, for some reason he does get cut, would you be super shocked if it did happen?
Honestly, I think I would because,
really?
I mean, I know wild cuts, like with like Woodley getting cut was kind of a shock to some people. There's been a couple other guys I think off the top of my head, but I mean, yeah, I think it would shock me, man, just because he's just been a staple in that division. He's pretty marketable. A lot of people know him. He's always entertaining.
Yep.
Win or lose. So I'd be pretty surprised, but also at the same time, like you said, with the Dana White Contender Series, you're signing another 5 new guys to contracts every damn week. You got to looking for a fight show where they're bringing dudes in. All these COVID fallouts are getting fighters in, and then they prove themselves. Like a prime example, he's only there because of COVID, and look what happened now. He's like the 6th ranked guy in the division going on his tear. So it's like, you don't know, man. Like I would be surprised, but like I wouldn't be like absolutely shocked, like no way. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would say I'd say honestly.
You heard it here first. MMA Investing says Alex Oliveira keeps his job. Awesome. Next
Keep the
fight, we have Kevin Holland, who we talked about in the war room. Seems like he's fought about 100 times this year already. Fighting again against Kyle Daukus, I believe is how you say his name. Now Kevin Holland has been super up and down. Obviously, wrestling's a big weakness of his. People have been coming out of the woodwork to try to help him out with that. How do you see this fight going? Is it a must win for Kevin? He's fought a lot, obviously wants to prove a point. How do you see this happening? What do you see happening?
Yeah, dude, he went on a tear in 2020. He's 5-0, fighter of the year, beat everybody, knocked him out. Had a couple close fights, but he pretty much dominated in 2020. Now we get to 2021, right? And then we see the wrestling deficiency. Derek Brunson, Marvin Vettori. The thing is, though, those are probably the two best wrestlers in the division. Obviously, Holland has a weakness there. Obviously, he doesn't have good takedown defense, but I mean, Brunson has been looking. Look at what he did to Darren Till, right?
True.
Or he's look what he did to Jack Hermanson. I mean, he literally ran into two best grapplers or wrestlers, I guess I should say, in the division. He definitely doesn't have good takedown defense, like I said, and it's a problem. This fight with Kyle Daukus is a grappler first and foremost too. He's probably going to look to take this to the ground if he's smart, but I don't think he has anywhere near the grappling or wrestling of a Vettori or a Derek Brunson. Man, I don't see him having this anywhere close to the same ability to get Holland to the mat. Holland had the infamous transfer over to AKA, Kevin Hulamedov, however you want to call him, the Dagestani now working with Beeb in DC. But I think we're going to see some improvements, dude. I mean, there's no way he goes to AKA and he looks even worse than he did in the wrestling.
True.
Kyle isn't great getting this to the mat, man. Once he gets you there, he's good. He's a very good grappler. Once he gets you down, he's good at taking your back and, submitting you or something like that. But in terms of actually getting that fight to the mat, I think he's going to struggle more than he thinks he is. And in a straight kickboxing fight, I got Holland all day here, man. Kyle's good there, but there's levels differences. And Kevin's pretty fucking good when it comes to kickboxing, man. He has a 84-inch reach, which is John Jones tier.
Yeah.
And he's a middle. So, yeah, I think Kevin gets this done, man. It's a pretty closely lined fight because of the wrestling deficiency. But like I said, I don't think Daukus is the guy to be getting him down and grapple fucking him like we saw in the Brunson and Vettori fight. So, yeah, dude, for those reasons, I think Holland's going to put his lights on, man. I think he catches him and hurts him.
And that can very well happen for sure. Now, if you're Kyle or if I'm Kyle, even though he went to ATT, I'm still thinking, well, what does he fuck it? It's been his Achilles heel. I'm just gonna wrestle fuck him, like you said. Just fuck it, that's what I'm gonna do. But I am rooting for Holland. I like his trash talk when he fights. He didn't do it this last fight, right? 'Cause he's trying to keep it real serious or whatever. But I hope he brings it back. It's entertaining. I want to see him do it. He's a likable character too. So that's another reason why I want to see him win. And yeah, if he had a flash knockout, that'd be great. But this is a big but. If Kyle does, wrestle fuck him, grapple him, I mean, what does that do to Kevin Holland's confidence, his consciousness? What does it do to his aura? Because it's like, damn, dude, like again, more this wrestling thing. Everybody knows, everybody already knew, right? But now it's like once again exposed. What does that do to his psyche if it happens once again? Maybe not, maybe just a full decision, 15 minutes of just wrestle fucking.
It's not going to be good, dude, because okay, I think he took the Vettori and Brunson one on the chin, understanding that he has a deficiency there, but he also understood that, hey, those are the two best wrestlers in the division. I got some things to work on, but I'll be all right. Now, if a guy like Kyle Daukus, who is in his own regard a good fighter, but he's nowhere near on the level, like I said, to the other guys, and he goes out there and does the same thing to Holland, I think he definitely is going to have a lack of confidence, man. He's probably going to have to take like a year off or something, man, and just like focus purely on wrestling defense at that point, because that's way too big of a hole in your game to have with some of the guys you have in that middleweight division. Because now we're talking, okay, Holland's a top 15 guy. We're going to throw a top number ranked 37 guy in there who happens to be a decent wrestler. Now he can just take you down. Like, it's like, come on, man. Like, it's MMA now. You have to have at least some competency there. And he's a black belt in BJJ, which is weird to think. But I don't know, man. Yeah, if he loses this one and it's like a bad, like you said, a grapple fuck, I think he definitely does get shook up a little bit. And like he's talking about where he's fought multiple times. He did. He fought 7 times in a matter of less than a year, because he fought 5 times in 1 year. Then he fought 2 times in 2021 right away.
Yeah.
Now the first time we've actually seen him take like a decent amount of time off to actually work on his skill set, which I think is a great move for him. But will it be enough time? I don't know. The only time will tell. We'll see. I do think it's going to be enough work, and I do think he's the superior fighter here. So I think he gets it done. But it's sketchy, man. It's sketchy because Kyle Dawkins is no joke for sure. He's good.
Yeah, no, great explanation. And yes, I want to keep bringing in the what ifs factor, because the psyches of these guys, they take a toll. My minor was in sports psychology, so I really like getting into the intricacies of their minds, how they work, what they think, the after effects. Look what happened to fucking Ronda Rousey when she lost. Super deep depression because she's top of the world. Then she knew nothing besides being number one. You know what I mean? So just in this is of course a smaller scale, but you know what I mean? It's the wrestling thing has been such an Achilles heel. It's like if it happens again, fuck man, I'd feel real bad for that dude.
Yeah, and I think he made the right move going over to AKA to train with probably the best wrestling gym in the world. You got those Dagestanis, and you got DC, the Olympian over there. So I mean, if they can't fix him and help him out, I know it's only been a little bit of time, but I mean, who can? Like I said, if he was this bad with a wrestling clinic on him, he got to take a year off, man, and just work on that if he still wants to, make this his profession, which I'm pretty sure he does. He's a damn good fighter, and he's super marketable, like you said. So.
No, 100%, dude. 100%. And that brings us to our main event, Thiago Santos versus Johnny Walker. That should be a fucking slobber knocker, bro. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see some heavy hitters. So, it should be super fun. Thiago Santos at one point fought John Jones, and he had a what was it, like he had some injury during the fight, right? Like a really bad injury. Yeah, and he was still competitive in it. So that's the Thiago Santos I remember. Super game. Johnny Walker also super game. This big dude, big reach, heavy hitter too. So with that in mind, how do you see this main event going?
Dude, yeah, you hit the nail on the hammer right here for sure, because the hammer on the nail. Oops. But this fight's nuts, dude. Like, it really is, like, this main event. I think this is a 50-50 of a fight you can have.
It's like, a pick 'em, right? It's a fucking pick 'em.
No, Santos is a pretty big favorite, honestly.
Yeah. Really?
He's like a minus 170, okay. 180, like a moderate favorite. I think it should be lined to pick him, though, personally. Because there's just too many crazy things that could happen, dude. Johnny Walker is like, he's the epitome of chaos in there, dude. Like, you just don't know what the hell. He gets hurt, then he hurts you back. He gets half knocked out and he knocks out the other dude. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's really 50-50 for me. Santos, like you said, coming off the injury, hasn't looked the same. And that's my problem here. That's the real problem I'm having. If this was a prime Santos, before an injury, I'd be on Santos all day here for sure. I would think he knocks out Walker, no problem. But it's not, dude. We saw what he looked like in the Teixeira fight. He looked good that first, minute. Yep. Teixeira took the Ratrick fight. He looked gun shy as hell. Those have been his only 2 fights since the injury. So I just don't know what to expect from Santos, man. And what I've seen from him, he's coming off that ACL tear, like I said. He's had a long layoff. I just don't know if he's all there anymore, and I just think it's been a lot of wear and tear on him. And Johnny Walker, as chaotic as he is, the guy's still super talented, and he's still a really good kickboxer, and he can still knock out anybody in that division. So if you give me plus 165 on a dude like Walker against Santos, man, I kind of have to take that in a 50-50 fight where it's just super hard to pick a side. I could see either guy getting knocked out here. I really can. But I just think Walker's going to be a little too much, man. I think Santos is going to be a little gun shy. I think Walker's going to, he's going to be the longer, taller dude. He's going to find his range. I think he's going to hit Santos with something, hurt him, create some chaos where he thrives in and find a finish, man, at some point. This fight could last 30 seconds or it could last – I don't see it lasting any more than 2 rounds. I don't see there's any world where it lasts more than 2 rounds. But yeah, I think it's be over quick, and I think Walker gets a hand raise here.
Yeah, no, I think chaos too, man. And I'll be rooting for Thiago Santos. I like the dude. I still think he has it in him, even though we haven't seen it since the injury. And once again, bringing up that sports psychology background, I think that really fucked with his mind a lot. Especially being right there in a lot of guys that get to these title fights, and they don't get back to them, it eats at them. It eats like them like crazy, bro. It eats at them alive and shit. So that could be part of it. It could be the hesitation. It could be the gun shy shit. But I'd like to see him win. Now, Johnny Walker is easier said than done, as you said. Johnny Walker's a motherfucker. Should be super fun though. I'm 100% looking forward to it. This is a really good fight night card. Should be, even for the casuals, should be a lot of fireworks in it. I'm fucking looking forward to it for sure. So you make sure you do your picks. MMA investing, been making that money on money, that cash on cash, that crypto on crypto, whatever you want to fucking spend these days. Make sure you do it this guy. MMA investing, the man, the myth, the legend, the hair. Watch it. UFC Vegas 238. Can't wait. Hair, MMA investing, Joe.